Hello. Hello, members of the squad. I hope you're out there. Hi, Gwen Daniel. I have a different episode planned again for today. I was going to do the one about Prince Charles, what about your friends? And something came to my attention that members of the squad may perhaps be experiencing some vicarious trauma. So, hello everyone. Hello, Gwen. Hello, Callie. How are you? I hope everyone had a wonderful Father's Day wherever you are in the world. I'm not sure that they celebrate Father's Day on the same day. I know Mother's Day is different and is typically International Women's Day. So, I really just wanted to get together for a little while today and talk about the kind of vicarious trauma that some of us experience as a result of doing this work. So, um, let's see. So, yeah, that's what I want to talk about today, vicarious trauma and how challenging that it can be to do this work. So, if you are experiencing any symptoms of trauma, if you're experiencing any symptoms of depression, I want you to take care of yourselves because this work is really, really challenging. And so, before we begin officially, we generally begin with non denominational prayer and a grounding exercise or mindfulness exercise. So, today, our song of the day is going to be, or is rather, That's What Friends Are For by Dionne Warwick. I wish I could have it playing in the background. I can't, as you know, there are so many copyright rules that we have to abide by. But if you know that song, if you know the song That's What Friends Are For, can you put a one in the chat, please? And can you also put a two in the chat for the squad? Actually, let's say I am the Sussex squad today because people are experiencing a lot of trauma and it's been brought to my attention. So, can you say I am Sussex squad or we are the squad? I'm going to put that in the chat right now, too. So, bear with me as I type. I can't apparently type today. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you so much for that. Happy Father's Day to all. There it is. We are the Sussex Squad. So, yeah, so if you've been experiencing any, and I'm gonna put, I've had, some challenges around doing this work because, the more we do, it seems like the more trolls that are out there and they never have anything positive to say about our girl. And it can be quite wearing on us. So, I want today to be just a kind of chatting session where we can take care of each other, where we can maybe strategize about how we can best do that, and where we can just have some, more positive talk around the Sussex squad, right? And I'm going to put a two also in there. So hopefully that'll come up. Yes, we are the Sussex squad. Thank you so much, Callie. Thank you. And thank you so much for your presence. Guys, if I don't emphasize it, I know in I can get caught up in doing the work and I don't always see everything that's going on in our space. I don't always recognize what all of the things or many of the things that are going on in our space, and I want to try and be more cognizant of that, right? Oh no, Gwen Daniel said my mom just died a month ago and basically lost her side of the family because of craziness, but I am making it. Oh gosh, I'm sending such good wishes your way. I'm sending good energy, good thoughts your way. I am, yeah, because it is important that we know that we are here for each other. We are the Sussex Squad, and we send prayers to content creators just like, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And can we also send some prayers out there for you guys, the members of the squad who are doing this work? Because this work can, in some ways, go unnoticed, go unacknowledged, and it is so challenging. And so, I want you guys, I'm going to just say it. Hopefully, it's okay. I got a message today from Connie, and Connie says that she's not feeling really well lately. And I think she's experiencing some of the vicarious. There she is, Connie. Hey, this one is for you in many ways, Connie. This one is in many ways for all of you. And I just want you guys to know that as much as we have each other and we are here for each other. Connie, we've got you. We want you to be able to do this work, and we want you to feel like you have the freedom to step away if you need to. I'm sending out virtual hugs. Can you guys put virtual hugs in the chat today? And we've got, like I said, we've got our theme song for the day is That's What Friends Are For. That's what the squad is for. Can we just fill up the chat with good wishes, happy wishes? Tell me about what's happening in your regular lives. You don't have to get explicit, but if you've lost your father, if you've lost your mother, if today you just don't feel like is one of those days that you're feeling supported, let us try and lift you up. Let us lift each other up. Lots of us have lost our parents. My father has passed away. It's been 10 years since he passed away, actually more than that at this point, 10 years since mommy. And it's tough, right? And the work that we do is challenging. And I do, not this work, but I work in mental health, as I said. And I understand the toll that trauma can take on us. And it is, make no mistake, when we are clapping back against trolls, we experience it. Our brain does not know the difference between different kinds of wars. If it feels like a war to our brain, it is a war. And so I just want us to have compassion for each other. Gwen says, the squatties have helped me a lot. And we want to continue to be able to be here for you, Gwen. We want to be able to continue to be there. Yes, Sylvia, thank you so much. I'm tearing up a little bit. I'm just going to share that right now. Connie Balmer, I'm praying for your mental and spiritual healing. Absolutely. Hugs and kisses to Connie. Hugs and kisses to Gwen. Connie says, thanks, family. I didn't sleep well last night because of the negativity headlines about, I can't see the rest yet, but I know it'll be up there. Keep typing, guys. Keep putting well wishes and talking about, share with us today the negativity headlines about our faves. But I'm getting help. Absolutely, Connie. We want us all to be in the best spirits, because normally it's like, you know what? We've got time, right? But every moment of every day, or every time we hit an episode, we don't want it to always be filled with fight, 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 right? What else can we do? Let's, take some time today to just put some love out there in the chat. Because again, this work is challenging. And so we want to say, Connie, we've got you. Gwen, we've got you. Joyce Anderson, we've got you. We are us. We have the squad. We are Connie. I am Connie Balmer. Can I get an I am Connie Balmer in the chat, please? Callie, lots of hugs and love. I can't see the rest, but I know it'll come up. Can I get an I am Connie Balmer? Can I get an I am Gwen Daniel in the chat? I'm going to type it too. Sorry if it doesn't come out right. My intentions are good. I just mistyped your name, Gwen. Okay, so can we get, I am Connie Balmer. I am Gwen Daniel. I am Sylvia Fielder. I just, I want all of us to be able to be okay. I want, I know we can't always be completely happy, but if we can be content, if we can help each other to be content, so that, of course, we want to be able to do this work. And this is also a way of, we know each other, or we feel like we do in the squad, right? And so, thank you so much, Sylvia, for saying that. I missed Palaver Girl. Thank you so much for saying that. We want this place to be a place of love. I mean, I do. If you want it to be a place of love, let's fill up that chat and say, I want it to be a place of love. I know I don't normally do this, but I want the heavens to feel what the squad is about, because we are also an organization that is here for each other, right? And so if I understand that something's happening and I feel like I can do something, I want to, right? And I see that you guys are like, there's this spirit in the squad. Sylvia says, and I'm cheering up to you guys. I'm sorry. I guess I shouldn't apologize for cheering up. I am Gwen Daniel. Thank you so much. Sylvia says, I lost my mother 20 years ago. And Sylvia, in so many ways, I know for me, it still feels so present, right? Thank you, Rosemary King. I am Connie Ballard. I don't know if that's supposed to be Balmer, but uh, Connie, you're in my prayers. Sylvia says, I want this. Thank you for the hearts. You guys know I'm an emoji person. I love the hearts. I love the hands. I love the prayers. I love all of it. Joyce Anderson says, I am Connie Balmer. I am Gwen Daniel. I pray for strength for the Sussex squad all the time. Yes, like doesn't this feel better, right? Thank you, Mama Jane. Thank you, Joyce Anderson. If I didn't say that, I think I did. Thank you, Mama Jane. I am Connie Balmer. Thanks for the beautiful emojis. And Gwendolyn Daniel, thank you. I mean, I'm feeling a little better already, right? I'm feeling the love of the squad. Eileen Bennett says, I am Connie B. I'm you and you are me. Are we not? You guys are the best. You guys are the best. And I like the poetry. It feels like a little rap. Eileen, I'm Connie B. I am you and you're me. Yes. Sylvia says, yes, she was my best friend. Yeah, we need our mothers, right? We need our mothers, we need our fathers, we need our friends, we need more love, we need more compassion. Thank you for those hearts. I love it. I love it. Keep burning up the chat with love. I'm gonna try and keep typing. I'm gonna put these pseudo plans I had made just really quickly for today's episode down for a second. And I'm gonna say, I am Eileen. I am. Thank you. Thank you. I love the hearts. Connie, yeah, thank you so much for the. You guys are so, there's so many songs I could think of, right? That's what friends are for. Keep smiling. I don't know, we might get a keep shining. No, and I can't sing today. You can always count. Yeah, I'm gonna stop. Thank you, Janet Alexander. I am. I put Janet Alexander, I am. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Sylvia says, thank you for the love of Jesus. I thank you for the ushering of the Holy Spirit. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much, Sylvia, because when one of us is hurting, then all of us are hurting because we are the squad. Connie says, I welcome you to Switzerland. I can accommodate 10 people. Callie says, Sylvia, 20 years, 20 days, it still hurts. It absolutely does. And, like today is Father's Day, and I just didn't feel like going on a rant today about, or even having a conversation about Charles on this blessed day, right? Um, Sylvia, love the emojis. Joyce Anderson says, and it's not every time I think about Princess Diana, my heart breaks because she didn't have a squad. Yes, I'm gonna read that again. Every time I think about Princess Diana, my heart breaks because she didn't have a squad. And how lucky are all of us? How lucky are we that we will stand up for each other in a way that is genuine, and that I think, you guys tell me if I'm wrong, but I think this space today, and I think every day, but today I think this space is blessed. I think we are blessed for being a part of the squad. I wish that Princess Diana had had the opportunity to have people out here riding for her like we ride for our faves, right? And truth be told, all of you are my faves. Joyce Anderson, you are my fave. Faithful one, what's wrong with Connie and Gwen? Oh, Connie's just having a rough time today, and she's experiencing some, if it's okay, Connie, some sadness around all of the trauma with respect to what's happening in the squad. And so we are just here trying to support her and trying to support all of us, and just remembering what our original purpose is for, right? So I I just got a message. I was about to respond to, all the comments, and before I was able to, I saw one, and I'm like, "Dee, dee, dee, dee. Let me just jump on and have a kind of a fest that is specifically for the squad, so that we all know that we have each other, right?" Gwen Daniel says, "Faithful, sometimes my mom's death hits me hard." Oh, yeah. That the death of Father's Day, Mother's Day, these days can be particularly challenging, right? And, like, sometimes we have a mom that's sick. Some of us in the squad may have a parent or mom or dad right now, or sibling who's not doing too well, or who's experiencing, even people who are going through divorce, or people who've lost friends. All of these things can be challenging, right? Yes, yes, we absolutely. I love the emojis have each other. Callie says, yes, Joyce Anderson. If Diana had a Spencer squad, it would have been so good for her to have that support. Yes, absolutely. Um, Palaver Girl says, Princess Diana lives through Prince Harry and his family now. Beautiful vindication. Yes, I am Princess Diana. Again, I am Gwen Daniel. I am Connie Balmer. I am Callie Jen. I am Sylvia Fielder. I am Joyce Anderson. Um, Sylvia says, Gwen, you are loved and you have your memories of your mother. Yeah, so when we experience, a pleasant memory can help us center ourselves, can help us ground ourselves, can help us stave off, a depressive episode, right? And so, like, when we're feeling low, what can we do? We can have, think about the smells that came from your mama's kitchen, right? Or your papa's kitchen if he liked to cook. Taking a ride with my father. He was the best driver I've ever known. Never a chauffeur, but drove like one, right? And so Joyce Anderson says, I'm a ride or die for the squad. And Meghan, I'm here for each of, God, and I pray all the time. I missed some of that. Lakiva McGee, hello. I am Lakiva McGee. Hello, family. I am, again, Gwen Daniel. When we are feeling low, I want us to, in this space, in the comments, if you guys have each other's emails, I don't know, reach out to each other. And if the chat is the only way you can do it, do that and send support, because on these days it can be particularly challenging. And so today we've decided that we're scrapping whatever plans we have, and we're going to just for a little while love up on each other. And Connie again was having a particularly bad day, dealing with a lot of the vicarious trauma. Can I get an I am Connie Balmer in the chat again? Can I get an I am Gwen Daniel in the chat again? And so Connie was having a particularly challenging day. And, I'm going to say this. Connie's name has been being said in these spaces for so long, right? And so I don't recognize the squad, and like all of your names that come up, I don't recognize the squad without you. There is no squad without you guys. And so when I see or understand that somebody's having a challenging time, what can I do? I can do this. I can say, let me call the squad and let's see, let us see what we can say and do for each other so that we know, because we don't always know. We don't always hear it. And even if we know, we don't always feel like it's true. Thank you, Lakiva. I am Megan. Callie, I am Princess Diana. Thank you. Sylvia Fielder. Because of the love that Diana shared with others, I have always been in prayer for Harry. Then I started praying for Meghan. Amen. And that's a whole thing that you could put that on a t-shirt, right? Then I started praying for Meghan. Then I started praying for Connie. Then I started praying for Lakiva. Then I started praying for Sylvia. I am Connie. I am Connie Balmer. I love Connie. Gwen Daniel says, I am all the women who are going through different challenge. Absolutely. We are all of us. And so I just, a love fest for the squad can be appropriate. I think today it is. And so, yeah, so here we are. And we are acknowledging and recognizing that we are what friends are for. We exist out of love. We came together out of love and we exist out of love. Callie says, I am Connie Balmer. And I am Gwen Daniel. I am Sylvia Fielder. Sylvia Fielder, exactly. Rosemary says, send unconditional love to the squad. Yes, thank you guys for that. Because, every day, really, we get out here in these Sussex squad streets. And what do? We take on the trolls. We go to war for Meghan and Harry. We go to war for those kiddos. And sometimes we need somebody to go to war for us. And sometimes, our pain goes unacknowledged. And I just want to say to all of you, just understand that I see you. I see you. I hear you. I love the squad, right? I am Connie Balmer and Diana and Meghan and the Sussex squad. Sylvia said, oh, that was Joyce. Sylvia says, I am Callie Jen. Absolutely. Gwen says, Rosemary K. Absolutely agree. Because if we don't have us at the end of the day, right? If we don't have us, who's going to have us? So I'm going to start our podcast, and it is about this, right? Welcome to the Sussex Studio Experience, a podcast dedicated to supporting and uplifting the Sussex Squad. I am your host, and today we're delving into a topic that many of us can relate to, but don't often talk about: vicarious trauma. This trauma stems from constantly defending Duchess Meghan against negativity. We understand the emotional toll it can take on us, those who are committed to advocating for someone that we admire. And today, we aim to explore ways that we can better support each other through these challenges. Joyce says, I am honored to be a member of the Sussex Wife. Oh, I'm sorry. Lakiva says, I love Harry and Meghan and their kids. Beloved Girl says, hi again, Connie. Tried to mute challenge to block all the anti-Sussex news since the announced trooping clownery. It will help, I promise. Watch silly fun competition reality TV. Absolutely. We are the Sussex Squad, ride or die for Harry and Meghan. Yes, so in this episode, we'll explore how we can support each other through these challenges. Throughout this episode, we'll talk about the heartfelt song, That's What Friends Are For, right? And reflect on how we can be there for one another. It's a song that speaks to the enduring power of friendship and support, reminding us all of the importance of having a strong network. Oh, wait, Sylvia says, I'm standing on the prayer wall. Lakiva says, God loves all of us, I think. Gwen says, Callie J, absolutely agree. So during these trying times, right, that's what that song does. So let's begin with a meditation and a non-denominational prayer. And if you want in your homes, you guys can put on, I can't, because it'll come through. That's what friends are for, the song, right? So our meditation. Take a deep breath in, close your eyes, and let's center ourselves. As we breathe in, we invite peace and calm into our minds. As we exhale, we let go of any stress or tension that may be weighing us down. One more time. Take a deep cleansing breath. Close your eyes and center yourself. And as you breathe in, invite peace and calm into your mind. As you exhale, let go of any stress or tension that may be weighing you down. Here's our meditation. Imagine a place where you feel completely safe and at peace. It could be a serene beach, your papa's house, your mama's lap, a tranquil forest, or even your favorite spot at home. Picture this place vividly in your mind and feel the sense of calm and security that it brings. Hold that feeling in your heart. Now let's offer a prayer for strength and one another through challenging times and the compassion to understand the struggles of our friends. May we be beacons of light for each other, illuminating the path through the darkness. Amen. Right? And so when we think about the song, when you think about the song, that's what friends are for. What do you guys think? What comes to mind when you think about? Yeah, keep putting those things in the chat, please, guys. I am. How is it helping? How are you guys feeling? Faithful One says, I lost my mother 6 years ago. I'm still in denial. Take one day at a time. I can't see the rest yet. Focus in the position and be kind to yourself. Yeah, because yes, these clowns are out here and they are out here and they are, they're doing what they do. They're doing what they think they're supposed to do. They're being cruel and they're being ruthless in many ways, right? And so what have we done as a squad? We came together out of love for our Duchess. We came together so that she would understand that we support her, right? Sylvia said, oh, love the emojis, Palaver Girl and Gwen. Sylvia says, yes, God is our strength and our joy in our life. He promises to keep me. God is my all. All is God. All God is. I'm sorry. And music, thank you. Yes. Because like for me, I know you guys probably get sick of my hip hop stuff, but I can't help it. I'm going to keep doing it. I just think that, in many ways, hip hop is it's poetry. Rap is poetry. And so many times for me, it speaks to my experience and it explains the world and allows me to inhabit it in a better way, right? So when I think about Tupac's Dear Mama, right? When I was young, me and my mama had beef, 17 years old, kicked out on the street, and then it gets to, ain't a woman alive that could take my mama's place, right? And so, like, ain't no squad alive that can take you guys' place. No, there's no person that can take Gwen's place, Palaver Girl's place, Sylvia's place, Joyce's place, Connie's place, nobody, Lakiva's place. Joyce says, for all of us to have the same mindset, to come together when we saw how Meghan was being mistreated is so amazing. Absolutely. And isn't there a song, is that by Luther Vandross, that talks about so amazing, right? So here we are back to music because it is such a healing device and because squaddies are so amazing. You guys, the squad, I mean, even when we sit in the cut and we are quiet, what are we taking in, right? We are taking in vibes. We are taking in compassion today and every day because we love the squad. It represents so much for us. We are taking in kindness today. We are taking in goodness today. We are taking in all of those things, right? And we're not only trying, we are putting that same energy back out into the world. So when we say, I am, for example, Sylvia Fielder, when we say, I am Joyce Anderson. When we say I am Connie Balmer, we are putting those, we are recognizing that we are one, right? We are one entity. And we're also separate, like a hand, right? Like a body. We're separate and we're the same. We're connected. Gwen says, Amen. Palabra Girl says, Professor Z at MC Hammer can't touch us. Yes. Get it. You got the drums going. You got the keyboard and the horns. Is this a Philly sound? Love it. Love it. Can't touch us. That's right. And not many people know MC Hammer was a G. Like many people thought that you could mess with him. No, he will pull up on you. Sylvia says, do not let them take your joy. We are light, we are strong, we are love, we are stronger together. Absolutely, we absolutely are stronger together. Because, like, we built our house. We built our house, and our house is made of strong stuff. Our house is squad strong, right? And so we are amazing as long as we have God, Lakiva says. Thank you so much for that, Lakiva. We are so amazing. Thanks for those prayer hands going up. Gwen Daniel, yes, says exactly with the thumbs up. Because when, you know, what's that old gospel song? I don't feel no ways tired. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do feel some ways tired, right? And that's what the squad is for. So as long as we keep, when some of us can smile, when some of us can have great joy. Sylvia says, Professor Zinzi, thank you for providing a healthy place, a solace for restoration. My mama used to play Andre Crouch, and there's a song, I think, Restoration Has Finally Come. Do you guys know that one? Restoration has finally come, and I'm singing off key today. But it is another song to put in your toolbox. If you don't know Andre Crouch, he will have you jumping over pews and running down aisles, right? No tears run down. What is that? Because you know that you've been. Yeah, right. So thank you for that, Sylvia. I am Sylvia Fielder. Lakiva, love that. Callie says, I'm a late bloomer to the squad. I had no idea till the pandemic hit, and I haven't seen the rest of it. I'm going to go back to our script, right? So, understanding vicarious trauma. Vicarious trauma happens when we are deeply affected by the traumatic experiences of others. So it's not something that we are experiencing firsthand, right? But the brain doesn't know the difference. So that's why a lot of times when people are watching things on TV, they can experience a lot of upset around watching a war movie or watching, like there's, what was that show that Ava DuVernay did about the Central Park Five? Anyway, like those things, like I have to take them very lightly. I can't, like that show that she did, what was it called? If you guys know the name of that show about the Central Park Five, I don't know why it's eluding me today. But yeah, the first episode, it took me 4 days to get through but I was determined that if these boys could experience it, I could watch it. And again, that's vicarious trauma. So Sylvia says, I'm a late bloomer to the squad. I had no idea. I had no idea till the pandemic hit, and I tuned to YouTube because the socializing was limited. But better late than never. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Sylvia says, hallelujah. And Gwen says, the song Chilly Winds Don't Blow is fabulous. Don't know that one, but I will be taking notes, right? So again, vicarious trauma happens when we are deeply affected by a traumatic experience, the traumatic experience of others. So for the squad, this often comes from the constant negativity directed at Meghan. It is the relentless barrage of criticism, the unfair scrutiny, and the harsh judgments that can take a toll on our mental health. It is important to acknowledge these feelings and to understand that these feelings are valid, right? These feelings are valid. To provide a bit more context, vicarious trauma is a phenomenon often experienced by caregivers, therapists, and those who are deeply empathetic, which we are, right? It occurs when one becomes emotionally involved in the suffering of others to the point where it impacts our emotional well-being. In the case of the Sussex Squad, the collective empathy for Meghan Markle or Duchess Meghan and the desire to defend her against unjust treatment can lead to this kind of secondary trauma. How can we help each other through this, right? By recognizing the signs of vicarious trauma, such as feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or emotionally drained, we can take steps to support each other, creating a space where we can openly talk about these feelings without judgment. That is crucial. You guys know my girl Toni, right? As Toni Morrison said, you want to fly? You got to give up the thing that weighs you down. Let's help each other shed the weight of this trauma by being there for one another, offering support, and sharing our burdens. It's vital to have conversations about how we're feeling. Just as important as defending Meghan is making sure we don't lose ourselves in the process. Supporting each other means checking in with the squad, sharing our own coping strategies, and reminding each other to take breaks when necessary. I see Palaver Girl says, my eldest son clued me in, so grateful. I see the emojis, and Lakiva says, give our pain to God. Callie Jen, thanks. And so, yeah, it is vital to have conversations about how we're feeling. It is just as important to be able to share how we're feeling as it is to, discuss and talk back to the British media, the UK media, the trolls that often affect us, right? With all of the garbage that they like to put out. Callie says, yes, Palaver Girl, however, we found out we're grateful to be informed. Gwen says, Meghan is a strong, beautiful, brilliant lady who don't deserve all the hate and nonsense. Absolutely. Yes, the Central Park 5, right? When They See Us, that's the name of the movie. It just came in my head, right? Sylvia Fielder says, what? Whoa, hold on, Sylvia. I gotta go back and take a breath. Sylvia Fielder says, I was on a ventilator last October. I could not speak. In my soul, I was continually praising my Lord. Oh my goodness. We are so glad, Sylvia, that you made it over. You made it over. You made it over. I hope you had the support that you desired during that. I've watched people. My father was on a vent, and that's tough. Wow. And so, yeah, this word, just hearing that, right, lets me know something more about you, and I appreciate you sharing that. And so again, it's vital to have conversations about how we are feeling. Can I get an I am Connie Balmer? I am Deanna Daniel. Hey, Deanna Daniel. Deanna Daniel. The Central Park 5. Yes. I'm going to say Deanna Daniel is a childhood friend. She was my best friend when we went to Catholic school together. I'm outing you, Dee Dee. So, welcome, Deanna Daniel. So, it is vital to have conversations about how we're feeling. Just as important as defending Meghan is making sure we don't lose ourselves in the process. Supporting each other means checking in with our friends, sharing our own, and that's what we can do, right? And we are sharing right now. We're sharing some of our challenges, and put a coping mechanism in the chat. Like, I ground myself. I like to sew. I like to take walks. Gwen says, God will do it. Sylvia says, I am a witness of God's promises to those love and to do the will of the Lord. The Sussexes are blessed. Amen. And so, yeah, so it is vital that we take care of ourselves, and that when we understand that other people are having challenges, that we reach out and we try to help as best as we can, right? Yeah, Joyce Anderson says, the evil people want us tired. Defending Meghan is defending all Black women who need defending. I have defended Black women for a long time. Thank you so much, Joyce Anderson, for saying that, right? Defending Black women is challenging. Defending is challenging, right? When we're always in this posture of the fight, again, the brain feels that, and the body and brain are one. And so the body feels that, and we can be exhausted from all of this. Thank you so much for the hundreds out there, and that I really appreciate that, guys. You guys are the best. So, the power of friendship, the power of the squad. The squad, for us, are the pillars that hold us up when we're down. We are our safe haven in the storm. The squad provides a sense of belonging and understanding, a connection that assures us we are not alone in our struggles. So today we'll explore how friendship helps us navigate through tough times and how the Sussex Squad can continue to be a source of strength and comfort for all of us. Again, that's what friends are for, right? Keep smiling, keep shining. Reflecting on the power of friendship, let's remember the words of another G, right? Maya Angelou. I don't trust people who don't love themselves and tell me, I love you. There's an African saying which is, be careful when a naked person offers you a shirt. Did you guys like that one? Joyce says the evil people want us. Oh, okay, I read that one right. So I'm glad you're healed and are here with us. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to read Maya Angelou again, guys. How did you like that one, right? Reflecting on the power, let's remember the words of Maya Angelou. Love that, guys. Love that. I don't trust people who don't love themselves and tell me, I love you. There's an African saying which is, be careful when a naked person offers you a shirt. I'm like, no thanks. I don't want that shirt. So glad you're here. Yes, absolutely. We have no choice but to help each other. Can I get an I am Connie Balmer in the chat today, guys? Connie was, again, she was not feeling well. And so I just want to make sure, Connie, I don't know if you're still there, but if you are, let us know how you're feeling, if it's helping, or we're going to continue to love on each other and to support each other. Thanks to you, Connie. Thanks to you, right? So, yeah, I don't want that shirt. I will say that. So, I don't want anybody's shirt if they don't have anything on. So, true friends help us to see the best in ourselves. Love that, guys. And they remind us of our worth, even when the world seems intent on tearing us down. Friendship, Dee Dee, is about being present, truly listening, and offering a shoulder to lean on. In times of distress, knowing that someone cares about our well-being can be incredibly reassuring. I love the squad. Right? Does anybody want that shirt? I know. I am Connie B. Absolutely. So, it can be as simple as sending a message, right? A chat message too, to check in or offering words of encouragement when they are needed the most. The friendships with the Sussex Squad, our friendships are no different. By standing together and supporting each other, we create a resilient community that can withstand the negativity. These bonds are what keep us strong. And they remind us that we are a part of something bigger than ourselves, right? Thank you for that. Yes, I am Connie Balmer. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you. Thank you, Joyce Anderson. Thank you, Callie. Thank you, Novi. Absolutely. You guys, Novi, the shirt. Oh, hello, Ingrid. Oh. Oh, yes, keep the shirt. We don't want it. I don't want it. I'm not going to speak for you guys. I don't want, if you want the shirt, you can also say that in the chat that you'll take the shirt. I don't want that shirt. Ew, what's on that shirt? Um, yeah, so there are people who find ways to support each other on WhatsApp groups. And if you have like if you're a member of a chat group, it can be a small act, but it can mean a lot. Whenever someone feels down, if we share uplifting quotes, funny memes like we just did, like about that shirt, that should be a permanent part of our squad. We somebody just say the shirt, and we understand. We understand. Oh, we understand, Sylvia. Thank you so much, Sylvia. I missed it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Top chat, Sylvia's out there chatting the most. You go ahead, Sylvia. She top chatter today. Yes, because what is on that shirt? Sylvia is number one in the chat today. And I'm crying. I went from laughing to crying all in a short span of time. So no shirts for me. I don't even want that in my donation box until you take it home and wash it or wash it. So these stories. So yeah. So sometimes when we're in the squad, our squad is a safe space where we can express, hopefully, our frustrations and receive instant support. Um, and so, we can start a gratitude post where we share something positive that happened to us. And because it's amazing how the simple act can bring, thank you so much, Sylvia Fielder. Oh, wow. Oh, hearts and prayers. That's what friends are for. I love it. I love it. Don't you guys? I love the squad. Like, you guys are. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best. Sylvia is amazing. All of you. I am Sylvia Fielder. I am Sylvia Fielder. I am Ingrid Soares. How do you say Soares? Is it pronounced like a Latin name, Soares? Thank you so much. That's what we are for, right, Sylvia? So Ingrid says, hello, Kelly. Okay, Connie Balmer, absolutely. I see something coming up by Sheila, but it's not quite there. So these stories remind me of James Baldwin. That's another one of my guys, right? James Baldwin said, you think your pain and your heartbreak are unprecedented in the history of the world? But then you read, when we share our stories, we realize that we're not alone. Each shared experience is a testament to the strength of our community and the power of collective resilience. Sheila Ivory says, as you fall apart in laughter, say sure. Oh, gosh. You guys, who wrote that song? Get the funk out of my face. Was that Parliament? Get the funk. Am I going too far? Oh my God. I don't want that shirt. Thank you, Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou is always, can you imagine what a party like her was like? Still Ingrid Soares. Palaver Girl says, here's a quote my mom taught me. One shouldn't have to convince anyone to choose you. Love is not a choice. She meant romantic or platonic. Absolutely. Yes. I am Ingrid Soares. Shelly. Oh, Gwen says Shelly, hi. There's Ingrid sending all of you guys gifts. Don't you guys love that? Right? I love that. The squad is the best. So James Baldwin, again, you think your pain and your heartbreak are unprecedented in the history of the world. Especially when we're young people. And then you read, when we share our stories, we realize that we're not alone. Each shared experience is a testament to the strength of our community and the power of collective resilience. Thank you for putting that in the chat, guys. Thank you so much. So I remember, I know we've all experienced this when the media has been particularly harsh and we're feeling defeated. But then out of the blue, we receive a comment, we read something, we see something, and then we feel better, right? So, that's something we can do. When we don't see it, we can go and find it. We can always Google, something by funny things that Maya Angelou said? It was Parliament. Sheila, I'm coming to your house. When are you having a party? Oh my gosh. Yes, get the funk up out of my face. Don't Gwen is like, don't eat everyone's food. I know I don't want the shirt. Oh my god, you guys. Oh my gosh, I definitely don't. Oh. Hello to you, Sheila. Sylvia says, I remember those songs. My brother had a new stereo and played all of those songs. Yes, the bass was like, yes, those songs. I had older cousins and they listened to Parliament. They listen Parliament in particular. Meg My Funk. I don't know if you know that one, but yes, they're amazing, and that's something that you can also do when you're not feeling great. You can put some music on. For some of us, those of us who really are like music, most people do. I can't say everyone, but when you're not feeling great, I encourage people to make a playlist when they are, so that, and put that in your toolbox. Maybe we can begin to create a toolbox for ourselves that can be there for us when we need it. So what can a toolbox be? What would go in your toolbox, your wellness toolbox? Do you have access to a beach? Can you take a walk on the beach? Um, Callie says, what if Nacho just took that shirt off? I know church. Oh my God. Whoever says, oh, if Nacho, I'm taking it. Sorry. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Some people would take Idris Elba's shirt. Some people would take Nacho's shirt. Some particularly sinister people might even try and take Harry's shirt, but I think Meghan would be there to snatch that shirt back. Or if it wasn't Meghan, it would be somebody in the squad. Someone's getting away with Harry's shirt. Oh, yeah. So like, I'm trying to think. Most shirts I would I don't even know if I would want Idris's shirt if like I'm somewhere and I don't know. I'm a little bit of a I'm a little bit interesting, I suppose. Like, did you wash? Oh. Gwen Daniel says, "Give me a good book, and I'll be great." Right, that can go in your wellness toolbox. A good book can be great for you, or some of us. I listen to so many audiobooks. I listen to an audiobook every night before I go to sleep, and it's typically around the same theme. It has to be something that is going to allow me to sleep, right? So that's something I put in my toolbox every day. I make tea. I usually make tea at night, so that can be in your wellness toolbox. What else? So good books, teas. For some people, maybe coffees, taking a walk, getting some exercise, walking a dog, hugging a person in your home, hugging a neighbor if you don't have someone in your home that has a shirt on, right? So what are some other things that we can do when we are not feeling well that can help us feel a bit better, right? We can we can imagine shirts, I guess, like, okay, that's something we can do. But yeah, our shared experiences and the support we provide one another as the Sussex Squad are the bedrock of our community. They remind us, sorry guys, of our purpose and give us the strength to keep going. So, when we think about building a support network, we have one here, right? A strong support network like the Sussex Squad can make all the difference. Let's discuss ways to build outside of the squad and maintain these networks within the squad, right? So it's about more than just connecting online. It's about fostering genuine relationships and creating a sense of belonging, right? So I don't know that everyone has that ability, but for those of us who do, right? One of the most famous friendships in history was that of Maya Angelou and Oprah Winfrey. Their support, Oprah's considered Maya like a mom. I think she and her mom had a sort of fractured relationship. And, oh, hold on. Sylvia Fielder said, You did. I met Maya Angelou, and she said, "You have a light and do not let others put it out." She gave me a kiss on the cheek before she left. What? Wow, that's amazing. Wow, that's wonderful that you have that. And I was just about to talk about her. You all, yeah, you guys are too funny. Palabra Girl says, Sylvia, F, you must have some amazing stories. I can feel it. You ever write a diary, right? Kylie says, a walk in nature. That's perfect. So, for me, right, Maya Angelou and Oprah Winfrey, their support for each other was unwavering. Let's learn from them and create our own networks of support. They showed us that true friendship transcends all barriers and is built on mutual respect and love. Oprah often spoke about how Maya was a mother figure to her, guiding her through personal and professional challenges. Their bond was a testament to the power of having someone who believes in you unequivocally. So that's so true. Like having friendships in different generations too. So I am a person since I was a kiddo who liked hanging out with, older folks. So when I was 10 and I learned how to ride a bike well and was riding to the store, I would do errands for neighbors, right? And then I'd hang out with them afterwards. So, and I got to know a lot of things and how to do a lot of things and hear stories based on having relationships with people who were, much, much older than me. So if they're in their 60s and I'm 10, right? And I got a wealth of knowledge from that. And I try and continue that pattern. So, even when I was like 15 and had my first job, I became friends with a guy who was in his 90s. His name was Mr. Clem. And I worked at the senior center. And I used to, do lunch with the seniors who came to the center. And my favorite part of the day was always hanging out with Mr. Clem. And so, like, forming friendships with different generations, forming friendships with people from different backgrounds, different countries, different socioeconomic statuses, different careers, different, just differences, right? Gwen Daniel says, I'm a romantic to my heart. What's her name? Christina Fahan is my favorite. Will reread her books anytime. Yeah, Sylvia says, I'm writing a book. Yay. Callie says, you're educating me. I didn't know Maya and Oprah were close friends. Yeah, Oprah's mom, I think she had her when she was pretty young, and Oprah lived with her grandmother for much of her life, and then she lived with her mom for a little while in, I think it was Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And Oprah's mom lived with an older lady, ironically. And the lady didn't want Oprah in her house, and so Oprah had to sleep on the porch. And I was always like, my child would be sleeping on it was a porch, but it was like those enclosed porches that have screened in porch. But still, right? She didn't want Oprah in the house, and she made Oprah sleep on the porch. And so Oprah eventually went to live with her father, and so that's who took care of her. And so as an adult person, from what I recall, Oprah and Maya became friends, and Maya was a kind of mentor to Oprah. So you can draw like a direct line from, let's say, Oprah up to Maya, up to James Baldwin, up to Malcolm, up to, his father and Marcus Garvey, up to, probably Frederick Douglass from there. There are these direct lines that you can draw between a lot of these people. And Maya and Oprah, yeah, they had an amazing friendship. And I think it was more like a mother-daughter role, because I think Oprah, other than her father and her grandmother again died. And so she didn't take care, she couldn't take care of her anymore. And so when she went to live with her mom, it was very challenging, especially being a young child or a young girl, like 10, 11 years old, and being asked to sleep on a porch. Like, that lady would have to kick rocks. She'd be sleeping on the porch if it were me. Like, you don't, like, what? My kid can't come in your house? So I think she was, like, boarding with a lady in a rooming house or something. They used to have a lot of rooming houses. And I guess what's the equivalent of that today? I think Airbnb does some of that now. I don't, people share apartments. But yeah, so Oprah, that's what happened. And so she's been through it as a younger person. And as an adult, she seems to have come through it on the other side. And again, she still, I'm sure, experiences when these days, like today's Father's Day. So for Oprah, it's Father's Day, and her father passed away, what, a couple years ago? He passed away not long ago, maybe 2, 3 years at the most, I think. So yeah, so that's, yeah, so Oprah would always speak highly, yeah, of Maya Angelou. I think Maya Angelou was definitely mentoring her, and Maya was brilliant. So if you go back in our archives, I have an interview that James Baldwin, or yeah, it's a kind of interview. I think they were engaging in some intoxicating activities, I'll just say. And so like they looked a little bit lit up, but but it was just a beautiful interview that where Maya and James are talking, and James talks about leaving the United States to go to Paris and wanting to be in the United States and stay for the fight. And at the same time, all of his friends were dead, right? All of his friends were not only dead, just about, but they had all been assassinated. So he was hanging out with Medgar Evers, and he got assassinated, and he was hanging out with MLK, no, let's say Malcolm X, and he got assassinated. And he wrote the screenplay for Malcolm's life, and somebody wanted to cast Charlton Heston or somebody. He's like, nah, nah, that ain't gonna happen. And so, James went to Paris, and he went to Turkey eventually, and lived lots of places because, there was a fear for his life also. And so he and Maya are having this conversation, and there's this realization that we might not have his brilliant words if he had, clearly, if somebody had gotten to him. And so, yeah, Maya Angelou was friends with James Baldwin, and I should pull it up. The most beautiful eulogy, here we go. The most beautiful eulogy that I've ever read is Toni Morrison's eulogy for James Baldwin. It is one of the most stunning things that, like, who would think that like a eulogy can put you in a good mood? But every time, and I read that eulogy probably once or twice a month, every time I read it, I feel really, really good about it. And so, yeah, just, it is, Toni Morrison was younger than James Baldwin. I think she was born around 31, something like that. And so he was mentoring her in a lot of ways around writing. And, she talks about, like, for a lot of us, and I think this is why, she's like, in this essay, she's like, I was always a bit better behaved when I was around you, right? So we have these friends that sometimes that we are a bit better behaved around because they bring us so much joy. They tap into the best part of ourselves, and a lot of times they help us be more ourselves than we are when we are alone, right? They help us know ourselves better with them than we know ourselves when we are alone. And I think in a lot of ways the squad does that for me, for sure. When I feel like I need, something that, you know, community, the squad is always there. I can turn on an old episode of ABC or DEF, right? Um, Sylvia says Oprah only mended her relationship with her mother and her half sister right before she ended her show. Yeah, her mom was, I would say that her mom dealt with a lot of mental health challenges herself. I would say that every time I saw her mom, she looked she looked wounded. She looked like she had been through it. And if we recall, Oprah lost a brother, I believe, to a brother and a sister, I think. I think the youngest sister that she met, the half sister, was a person who looked exactly like her sister who had passed away. And then Oprah's brother, I think, don't, I'm going to say allegedly, I believe he died from complications due to AIDS. And so, like, that city that, during, it was either early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, I think, when her brother passed away. So her mom, I believe, lost at least two children. And then you have this super famous daughter, and people often think about like the money when it comes to having a child. But when you don't feel right about how you've treated that child, all the money in the world won't repair that relationship, because you can't go back and undo the things that you've done, right? Sylvia Fielder says, "You guys are encouraging me to continue to write. A mother in the church told me to write. Thank you for your encouragement. I'm finding it difficult. I find myself taking breaks." And I know I've said this to you in the chat and in the pod before, that Toni Morrison, again, she is one of our teachers, said that if there is a book that you want to read that hasn't been read, write it. And that is why she wrote The Bluest Eye, because that was a book that hadn't been written that she wanted to read. And so, Sylvia Fielder, I think Toni Morrison in some ways is speaking to you. If there is a book that has not been written that you want to read, or that you know needs to be written, you feel it, then you should write that book. And we are here for that. We are here to encourage you to have all of your dreams, right? If your dream is to write, right? That is the only way writers get anything down, right? Is by doing the act of writing. And that is also an act of healing, isn't it, right? It is, and it is also a revolutionary act to write. For how many generations? It is only recently, within, let's say, the last century, a little bit more than that, maybe let's just say the last century, right? Because we're not into the 30s, that women have really had the ability to write freely. And even in the 20s, 100 years ago, most of the books that were being written were not being written by women. So it is still, in my mind, a revolutionary act. Thank you for all those hearts in the chat, guys. It is still a revolutionary act to write. If you are a woman, if you're a member of a marginalized group, if you are a person who's been wounded, whatever it is, if there's a book, Sylvia, no pressure, but if there is a book that you want to write, I think you should write it, and I think that the squad will be here to purchase it. I think the squad will be here to check it out of libraries. I think the squad will be here to get it in audiobook form, right? I'm sure that there's some members of the squad that would be there to listen to it if you were open to that, right? Because we are more than just a squad. We are a community. We are a family. We are each other, right? And so that's why, again, that we came together today to just support one of our squaddies who wasn't feeling well. And yeah, I mean, that's why I got out here in the Sussex Squad streets today. So I ain't gonna be long, guys. So I think that this is a good place, even though I have more. I think this is a good place that we can begin to shut this episode down. Palaver Girl says, Sylvia, what we did for my mom, and I can't see the rest of it. I'm sure it'll come up. Yeah. If you get a chance, though, let me see if I can find any of it. Hold on. I'm going to try and keep talking and typing. Just so I can let you hear the end of it. Yeah, so, Sylvia, again, if there is... So this thing that Toni Morrison wrote, and I'm not going to read the whole thing. Oh, my gosh. Or maybe I... Okay. I'm going to try. Hopefully we won't get a copyright. She says, James Baldwin, his voice remembered, life in his language. Jimmy, there's much too much to think about you, and much too much to feel. The difficulty is your life refuses summation. It always did, and invites contemplation instead. Like many of us left here, I thought I knew you. Now I discover that in your company, it is myself I know. That is the astonishing gift of your art and your friendship. You gave us ourselves to think about, to cherish. We are like Hall Montana, a character in one of his books, watching with new wonder his brother saints, knowing the song he sang is us. He is us. I never heard a single command from you, yet the demands you made on me, the challenges you issued me, were nevertheless unmistakable, even if unenforced, that I work and think at the top of my form, that I stand on moral ground, but know that that ground must be shored up by mercy, that the world before me, I need not take it or leave it as it is when I came in it. Well, the season was always Christmas with you. There, and like one aspect of the scenario, you did not neglect to bring at least 3 gifts. You gave me a language to dwell in, a gift so perfect it seems my own invention. I've been thinking your spoken and written words for so long, I believe they were mine. I have been seeing the world through your eyes for so long, I believe that clear view was my own. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Even now, even here, I need you to tell me what I'm feeling and how to articulate it. So I have poured through the 6,895 pages of your published work to acknowledge the debt and to acknowledge the debt and to thank you for the credit. No one possessed or inhabited language for me the way you did. You made American English honest, genuinely international. You exposed its secrets and reshaped it until it was truly modern, dialogic, representative, humane. You stripped it of ease and false comfort and fake innocence and evasion and hypocrisy. And in place of that deviousness was clarity. In place of soft, plump lies was a lean, targeted power. In place of intellectual disingenuousness and forbidden territory and exasperating egocentricity, you gave us undecorated truth. You replaced lumbering platitudes with an upright elegance. You went into that forbidden territory and decolonized it, robbed it of the jewel of its naivete, and ungated it for Black people so that in your wake we could enter it, occupy it, restructure it in order to accommodate our complicated passion, not our vanities, but our intricate, difficult, demanding beauty, our tragic, insistent knowledge, our lived reality, our sleek, classical imagination, all the while refusing to be defined by a language that has never been able to recognize us. In your hands, language was handsome again. In your hands, we saw how it was meant to be, neither bloodless nor bloody, and yet alive. And that's only part of it. So I'm not going to read all of it, but it gets so much better. Like, she talks about the 3 gifts and she gets very specific. And I would say that you, Squad, have done the same thing for me. And I hope that, we are all feeling better, right? Connie Balmer sending love and prayers. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you so much for sharing part of this afternoon with me, Squaddies. Thank you so much for helping to shore up squad members. Thank you for shoring me up and shoring up each other and letting me know that that you are me and I am you. I really appreciate you all, and I'm not gonna hold you, as they say in my mom's church. I ain't gonna hold you, ain't gonna be long. Yeah, so today on this Father's Day, I hope that you take with you the knowledge and the understanding that if you're not feeling well, it is fine to step away and take care of yourself. It is fine to be silent if you need to, right? Prudence, hello. It is fine to do what you need to do so that you can have contentment at least, right? And until you're better and until you are, we'll be here. You know, we'll be here doing the work. We'll be here waiting. We'll be here rooting for you and all of those things. And yeah, just sending out shout outs and all of that to all of you. So as we close, I just want to say thank you for being who you are, all of you. And I love the squad. You guys have a wonderful rest of your Father's Day, if it's still Father's Day, wherever you are in the world. And you guys take care. All right. Ciao.